Hi guys, so today I've got a brand new topper to share with you, and this is from a brand called TopUnique. Now, I've not worked with TopUnique before. They reached out via Instagram and said, did I want to try one of their pieces? So I had a look on their webpage. There was a lot to choose from, and I finally settled on a topper which was called the TUW14. Just because I felt that it addressed my hair loss concerns more than others, but there was a lot to choose from. So yes, I've got the TUW14 to share with you today. So this is the TUW14 straight out of the box, and you can see that she's a fairly long piece. She's actually 16 inches in length. There are two options on the TUW14. You can have it in a 16 inch or you can have it in a 20 inch length. I've gone with a 16 inch, and this is going to be very close to my hair length once it's on, maybe ever so slightly longer. So it's going to be a really nice blend and really natural looking. So the hair itself is Chinese human hair. It's really soft and silky. The density on it, it doesn't feel like too much hair, it doesn't feel like not enough hair. This is going to give me some really nice coverage, some really good volume that I always crave, and the density on this is actually 130%. The other thing that I want to mention about this as well before we move on to the base is the colour. Now, colour I find really tricky. You can see from my own hair, ignore the grey, for my own hair, that I've got like a very dark blonde, sort of almost brown base colour, and then I have some highlights added in as well, and that makes it quite tricky to get a match when you are ordering online. And so when I looked through TopUnique's colour options, there were some really lovely colour options as well, some like rooted colours, some highlighted colours. And this one, from just looking at the screen, I thought, oh, I think that one is going to be a really good match. It can be really tricky to decide on a colour just from looking at it on a screen. So I was a little bit apprehensive, thinking, oh, is it going to look the same when it arrives? And it really does. And if I show you my hair colour, now it's not, obviously it's not an exact match, but it's really, really close, particularly to the lengths and the ends. So I'm really pleased with this. The colour code on this is TLQ, and TLQ has this lovely soft sort of shadow root, which I really love. Actually looks really close to my base colour actually, as you can see. And then it's got these beautiful sort of highlights all the way through, which I just think are done so well. What I love is that there's no kind of like hard line where all of the highlights have begun. It just looks like it's done very naturally. So I'm really, really pleased with this colour. I think it's gorgeous. Obviously at the moment there are sort of kinks and waves in it. This is just where it's been shipped. It comes sort of tightly wrapped up in a little bun type shape, so there's going to be kinks in it when it arrives. That's really normal. It's just going to be, I'm just going to use a little bit of heat on it just to straighten it out into its sort of original straight style. This is a naturally straight hair, so it's just kinked from shipping. Okay, so let's have a look at the base. So the base on this, I would say, is like a medium edging towards a larger size base. It's 6 inches by 6.5 inches, which is going to give me good coverage. I need coverage, particularly in my front section here, because my hairline has receded backwards. So if the base isn't large enough here, it's not going to give me that sort of natural front hairline that I need along this section here. So this is going to do it for me, which is great. There's also plenty of hair on this because of the size of the base, so it's going to give me the volume that I want as well. So that's the first reason I chose this. The second reason I chose this is because of the construction of the base. So it's actually all made of lace, so the entire thing is made of lace. Now this means that there's no wefting, and it means that every single hair on this piece has been individually hand tied on. Now, if you've seen any of my videos before, you'll know that I love a hand tied piece just because the hair moves so much more organically it's like a hair growing out of your head. It has no set direction, and so you are very easily able to manipulate where it lays, where it goes, just with a bit of heat and water, and you'll be able to do that on here. So this is going to look particularly realistic and natural. So looking at the other features on this, you can see that it has a lace front, obviously, because it's all made of lace. And then around the sides and the edges, there is this polyurethane as well. And you can see there's 3 strips of it that come all the way around. This is really great because it adds kind of like a bit of additional security. The polyurethane is going to create like a bit more grip on your hair so it doesn't slide. So I feel like this is going to be quite secure on my head. I have had full lace-based toppers in the past with no polyurethane, and I did find that just with some clips it wasn't quite enough to secure it on. I had like a bit of sort of slippage during the day. I'd have to reposition a little bit, and I think with this polyurethane that's not going to happen. That's my hope anyway. So finally, the other thing to mention on this base is that there are 4 pressure sensitive clips. So there is one right at the front, one at the back, and there are 2 at the sides. Now, if I open up the teeth on this, you can see between the teeth you've got that layer of sort of rubber. So when the hair is scooped in and snapped shut between the teeth and the rubber, it helps to ensure that it doesn't pull and hurt when you're wearing it. But it's also going to help keep it nice and secure on each of these clips as well. So the hair is going to be nice and secure in each of these clips too. Now, one thing to note is that where this top front clip is, which is going to be here, I don't have any hair there. It's not a problem. I'm just going to take some small scissors and I'm going to unpick the stitching here and remove this clip. Now, I could put this clip somewhere else if I wanted to. I'm not going to. I think those 3 there are probably enough, but what I am going to then do, because this is going to be sort of left without anything to secure it down, I'm going to put some tape there and tape it to the front of my head, just so it's nice and secure. If you have your own bio hair though, what you can do is you would be able to, so say that was your front hairline, is you could just position it ever so slightly back from your front hairline and you can clip it in there. That's for you girls who've got a lovely front hairline already. That's not me, but I chose this because I knew that I would be able to unpick this clip. Okay, so I'm not going to remove this clip just yet. I'm going to show you how I get her on. So I'm going to hold her from the front, I'm going to pull her behind, and then going to look at where that front lace is, and I'm going to position it where I want my front hairline to start. Now, to check that it is central on my head, I'm just going to feel for where those clips are and make sure that they're both sort of fairly even on my head and there's not one sort of up here and one down here. And then make sure that that one at the back is feeling quite central too. There we go. So the clips are done up at the moment, so one at a time. I'm just going to open it and scoop my bio hair in and then snap shut. Now I'm going to do the other side, so open the clip, scoop the bio hair in and snap shut, and then at the back I'm going to do the same, open, scoop it in and snap shut, like so. There we go. Now the next thing to do is just to blend the fibres of this topper with my own hair. And to do that, I'm just going to get a brush. I'm just going to pull the brush through my hair and the topper hair all together. And this helps to blend those fibres together, like so. So now the fibres are blended, I'm going to run my straighteners through just to knock out any of those kinks and waves that were there from being shipped. I've set my straighteners on 160 degrees. I don't think it's necessary to use like the highest possible setting on straighteners, and also I want to preserve the life of this hair. So I have sprayed it with some heat protection spray already. It's always a good idea to do that. And then I'm just going to run it through and just take those kinks out all the way around. The nice thing about this hair and this topper is that the hair is it's not like bluntly cut. It's kind of, the ends are sort of tapered slightly. So I always think that a tapered end helps to blend as well. If it's too blunt, doesn't always blend so well. So you can do this whilst it's on a mannequin, or you can do it whilst it's on your head. It's entirely up to you. But just so you know, I've obviously only got this, I've got this secured in just with 3 clips at the moment, and me pulling the straighteners through, it's not moving, even though there's nothing securing it at the front. So those clips are doing a really good job. Okay, so in terms of the colour match, yes, the underside of my hair is quite dark because I don't have that part highlighted, but this is my own hair here. And then I'm going to pull the bit of this hair over from the topper and have a look at that colour. It's so close, so close. It's a really good match for me. So I'm really pleased with the colour option here. This is TLQ, just for reference. Let me show you what she looks like all the way around. Really stunning. I love it so much. And also, as you can see as well, there is only maybe an inch longer than my own bio hair, so I've still got a little bit of room for my own hair to grow, but it's a really good match in terms of hair length. So I'm really pleased that I went for the 16 actually over the 20. There is that sort of shadow root that I mentioned. Again, just to reiterate, looks so natural. Really love it. This colour is just divine. It's so pretty, so multi-dimensional, and just done really well. I'm so pleased about that. So in terms of the parting, I've let this hair fall wherever it wanted to fall, and you can see here that there isn't an appearance of scalp. It's a lace base, so whatever is under that lace is going to show through. Now this is sitting on top of my hair, and at the root of my hair it is a sort of a fairly darkish kind of blonde, maybe actually more of a brunette now, so you can't see that appearance of scalp really through the parting. Now this isn't something that phases me, something that I'm particularly fussy about. However, if you do like to have a more open looking part line, what you might want to do is add some kind of scar tape or silicone tape underneath where you want the parting to go. And then if that's still not enough for you, you can add some light sort of flesh coloured powder through the parting just to open it up a little bit and make it look like you've got that kind of scalp look through the part line. But that's to each person's preference. It's not something that I tend to do, but those are some tricks if you did want to open up the part a little bit more. So there we go, this is my full review on the TUW14 hair topper from TopUnique. All in all, I just think it's a really stunning piece. The hair quality feels lovely, it's got a great density, I love the length, the colour is my absolute favourite. I just love the shadow root, and I love these blonde lengths and the multi-dimensional tones of it. The length is perfect for me, the hair feels so lovely. There's so many lovely things to say. The only thing for me is that I'm going to have to do a little bit more customization just to make it work perfectly for me. I'm going to have to unpick that clip, and I'm going to tape it down at the front instead. But all in all, it really is a stunning topper. and I would highly recommend going and checking out this brand because this is really beautiful and very affordable as well.